In a world overflowing with musical talent, there are moments that stand out, not just for the performance, but for the soul behind the sound. This year, the nation witnessed such a moment. A young man walked onto the American Idol stage and, week after week, delivered not just songs, but sonic experiences. That man is Jamal Roberts, an artist whose voice seems to carry the spirit of legends past, whose presence feels destined for greatness, and whose victory on American Idol is more than a win, it's a legacy reborn. Jamal Roberts doesn't just sing, he channels. His vocal tone, stage energy, and ability to interpret the heart of a song connect deeply with those who hear him. And when you listen closely, you begin to understand something extraordinary. Jamal is not just performing, he's carrying the echoes of musical giants inside of him. You hear the slick polish of Luther Vandross. You feel the gritty soul of Teddy Pendergrass. You catch the smooth charisma of Frankie Beverly. There's the romantic elegance of James Ingram and the deep, thunderous sensuality of Barry White. Jamal doesn't imitate, he innovates. He doesn't borrow, he honors. And now let's take a journey through the rich heritage he draws from and how Jamal breathes new life into it with every note. Frankie Beverly, the maestro of joy and soul. Frankie Beverly, the frontman of Maze, gave the world timeless anthems of unity and feel-good vibes. With hits like Before I Let Go and Joy and Pain, Frankie didn't just create music. He created moments. His voice, laced with warmth and honesty, moved like a breeze through backyard barbecues and Sunday morning cleanups. Frankie's tone was laid back but commanding, always inviting, always unforgettable. Now picture Jamal Roberts taking that classic Before I Let Go and slowing the tempo just slightly, just enough to add his own emotional punctuation. He caresses the verses with velvet smoothness, then lifts the chorus into an atmosphere of youthful power. He doesn't try to replicate Frankie. He pulls us into a new version that pays tribute while redefining the emotional core. Jamal's version is a love letter across time, Frankie's feel-good optimism preserved, but now sung through a new lens, colored with contemporary vocal inflections, gospel-infused runs, and spine-tingling falsettos. It's like hearing a legend reborn with the vibrancy of now, the velvet voice of romance. Luther Vandross is arguably the most iconic romantic vocalist in R&B history. From A House Is Not a Home to Superstar and Never Too Much, his voice was soft velvet laid gently on the soul. He had an ability to make love songs feel like lullabies for adults, soothing, honest, eternal. Now enter Jamal, taking on A House Is Not a Home during Idol's legendary ballad night. But he doesn't just sing it, he embodies it. His phrasing echoes Luther's trademark emotional control, but Jamal dares to take unexpected melodic turns, imprinting his youthful soul onto each phrase. In the moments where Luther would whisper, Jamal brings a trembling cry. Where Luther caresses a note, Jamal stretches it with delicate vibrato that turns into a prayer. Jamal's voice is a time machine, yet it's also a bold declaration that this generation has its own Luther, different but equally breathtaking. Teddy Pendergrass was the sound of raw, masculine passion. With songs like Turn Off the Lights and Love TKO, he defined the power of soul that wasn't afraid to be vulnerable or assertive. His voice growled, pleaded, and seduced, often all in the same verse. Now visualize Jamal standing in front of a dim spotlight, taking on Love TKO in front of a breathless audience. He starts low, controlled, smoky, deliberate. He channels that signature Teddy rasp, but then pivots, hitting unexpected high runs with an agility Teddy never used but would surely admire. When Jamal hits the bridge, he doesn't hold back. His body sways with pain. His vocal cry becomes a confession. You can almost hear the audience gasping, tears falling. He doesn't imitate Teddy's strength. He transforms it. Teddy sang like a lion. Jamal sings like a lion with wings, powerful but capable of flight. The soulful sophisticate. James Ingram was one of the most underrated vocalists of his time. From Just Once to 100 Ways, his voice was filled with restrained elegance and emotional precision. There was always something deeply respectful in his delivery, as though he knew every lyric was sacred. Jamal's tribute to James Ingram is subtle but stunning. On Just Once, Jamal resists the urge to oversing. He holds back, then lets fly at just the right moments. He adds breath where Ingram added polish, rawness where Ingram used restraint. The two voices live on different ends of the soul spectrum, but in Jamal's version, they meet in the middle and create something brand new. Jamal's artistry reminds us that honoring James isn't about duplication, it's about understanding the architecture of elegance and then building something fresh on top of it. Barry White, the icon of seductive soul. And then Barry White, the maestro, that unmistakable, cavernous voice. Can't get enough of your love, babe. You're the first, the last, my everything. These were not just songs, they were spells cast by a vocal magician. Barry's music was drenched in strings and rhythm, but his voice was the heartbeat beneath it all. When Jamal channels Barry, he does it with deep reverence, but adds a modern flair. He doesn't have Barry's bass, few do, but what he has is control. He layers harmonies that echo Barry's lush orchestrations and then slides effortlessly into a mid-register croon that hypnotizes. On Practice What You Preach, Jamal fuses Barry's smooth baritone intro with a rhythmic vocal layering that sounds like a 2025 remix of vintage soul. It's sensual, it's classy, and above all, it's undeniably Jamal. The spirit of six legends in one young star. When Jamal Roberts steps onto a stage, he brings all these spirits with him, not as ghosts, but as guides. He sings with Frankie's smile, he emotes with Luther's soul, he explodes with Teddy's fire, he moves with James' grace, he enchants with Barry's intimacy, and above all, he elevates them all by adding his own magic to the mix. His voice is a bridge from then to now. It's a reminder that soul music isn't a genre, it's a life force, and Jamal is its new vessel. Let's not forget, this young phenom just won American Idol. But more than that, he redefined what winning means. Every week, millions watched him not just sing, but transform. Whether it was a Motown medley, a solo ballad, or a full-blown R&B breakdown, Jamal kept the spirit of soul alive on a national stage. He didn't need pyrotechnics. He didn't rely on gimmicks. He had one weapon, his voice, and it proved unstoppable. He is not just the American Idol winner. He is the continuation of a movement. He is proof that great music never dies. It reincarnates. A call to action. Let's celebrate Jamal Roberts the way we celebrated the legends before him. Let's stream his music. Let's show up for his performances. Let's lift him up the way the legends lifted us. Because we aren't just watching a star being born, we're witnessing a legacy being carried forward. If you've ever danced to Frankie Beverly, cried to Luther Vandross, vibed with Teddy Pendergrass, admired James Ingram, or swayed to Barry White, then Jamal Roberts is your new favorite artist. Let's give him his flowers now. Let's make sure his voice echoes far and wide. If you felt the soul in Jamal's voice, if you felt the presence of legends in every note he sang, then don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss a moment, and most importantly, drop a comment. Tell us your favorite Frankie Beverly song. Share what Luther meant to you. Reminisce on Barry White's deepest hits, speak on Teddy, James, and their impact on your life, and tell the world what Jamal Roberts means to you right now. Because this is more than music, it's history in the making.